Good morning, seventh grade. Today I'm going to talk to you about Augustus. And one of the first things that Augustus does when he finally consolidates power after defeating Antony is he decides that he's going to create a professional army. And these are going to be permanent soldiers. So he starts out creating Roman legions, and he has about 150,000 of these soldiers that are loyal to the king because their salary is not paid by the generals, it's paid by the emperor and the state. So they are definitely loyal to the emperor and they're loyal to Rome. Additionally, he creates the Praetorian Guard. This is a guard that is loyal to him. There are about 9,000 of these particular soldiers, and their job is to guard the emperor. So, along with these, changes to the military, he also expands territory quite greatly. He's in a lot of conflicts. And so I know when you read about the Pax Romana, I want you to think about this. It wasn't Roman peace per se. They were always at war. It was a period of economic and social stability within the Roman Empire, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Um, he, in addition to adding territory, spent a lot of time and effort rebuilding Rome. He makes the fountains and the palaces and the public buildings just spectacular. So when you walk in, if you were a visitor to Rome, your mouth would drop with awe. It was very, very impressive, the things that he was able to do. To help govern his vast empire. Each of the provinces was managed by a proconsul, and Augustus, frequently traveled out to the provinces to kind of check up on, how things were going. And to keep track of how much money how much money should be brought in, he started a census. A census is a counting of the people, and the purpose for this, from Augustus's point of view, is to know exactly how much money is going to be brought in for taxes, and he decides that he wants to make tax collectors government employees. So their salaries are paid by the government, not like they used to, where they could take a little bit off the top, and that kind of created dishonesty. In fact, if you were a tax collector and you were dishonest under Augustus, he punished you severely. So he made changes to the tax system. It was fair for all. There wasn't the abuse that had happened prior to that in the Republic. The other thing is that he made Roman law apply to Roman citizens as well as non-citizens. So if you were in the provinces and early on you weren't necessarily a citizen, but yet the Roman rights applied to you as well. And ultimately, all people in those provinces will become citizens of Rome. And I want you to think about something else. He oftentimes, when things would get rough, would offer to resign. And he would say, "Oh, no, 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 I don't want to be the emperor anymore." And the Senate would go, "Oh, no, no, we need you, we need you, we need you, please stay." And he'd say, "Oh, no, I don't want to do it." And then, of course, this is his trick to kind of convince people that he doesn't want to hold on to power. He doesn't want to be a dictator. He learned from the mistake of his great uncle Julius Caesar. You want to make sure that you keep the Senate on your side. So he was a master manipulator. He handled the poor just like his great uncle did by providing what are called bread and circuses. And bread and circuses are just food, which, he controlled all of that food from Africa, so he was able to import grain to provide to the poor of Rome. And circuses were entertainment, so he would oftentimes give free gladiatorial activities or tickets to these activities and events. So he was very, very popular. And another reason that he was popular was that he did not live an extravagant lifestyle. He was a devoted family man. He loved his wife. He could have slept on a very high, comfortable bed, and yet he chose what's called a Spartan life, a life where he would feel what it was like to be, one of the poor among the Roman citizens. So it's pretty impressive what he was able to achieve. And, he really sets the precedent or traditions for future leaders after his death. And what will happen next is we'll get to what are called the Julio-Claudian leaders, and these are biological blood relation relatives that are going to follow after Augustus. But we'll talk about that in our next video. I hope that you guys are doing well. Again, today I'm going to have a little video meet, so if you want, please sign up for that. It's going to be from 2 to 2:30 for the 7th grade. You guys take care. We'll talk to you later.